The lake glimmered under the early morning sun, a perfect reflection of the serenity my family and I worked tirelessly to maintain. That peace, however, was shattered when Karen attempted her latest audacious act. She had arrived at my cabin with her so-called master key, expecting it would grant her unfettered access. What she didn't know was that my son, the sheriff, had full jurisdiction over the area, and he was already aware of Karen's intentions. I was alerted immediately by the cabin's advanced security system. Max growled low as he patrolled the perimeter, sensing intrusion before it even occurred. Karen, confident and audacious, began attempting to manipulate the key in the lock, muttering complaints about access and rights. She had assumed authority, entitlement, and a lack of oversight. She was about to learn that audacity without knowledge is the most dangerous mistake of all. My son arrived moments later, badge glinting in the sunlight, presence commanding and undeniable. "Step away from the door," he ordered, voice calm but firm. Karen froze, her audacity colliding with authority she had not anticipated. She had assumed her actions would intimidate, but the moment she saw the sheriff, the dynamic shifted instantly. The confrontation was brief but decisive. Karen attempted to argue, claiming her right to enter, but every claim she made was met with legal counterpoints and documentation. My son explained clearly that any unauthorized entry would be met with immediate enforcement and possible arrest. The audacity she wielded like a weapon had no effect against preparation, law, and authority. Max positioned himself between Karen and the cabin, low growls warning against further audacity. Karen's face twisted from frustration to disbelief as she realized her plan had completely backfired. She had assumed that the master key would override ownership, authority, and law, but she had failed to account for the sheriff's presence and the legal authority that backed him. Within minutes, the local authorities confirmed the legality of the property boundaries and my son's jurisdiction. Karen's audacity had been fully exposed, and her trespass had become a documented offense. Every motion, every attempt to force entry, and every assertion of entitlement was captured by the surveillance system, leaving no room for dispute. By afternoon, Karen had retreated, humiliated and powerless. The cabin, the property, and the surrounding lakefront remained fully secure. Max trotted the perimeter, vigilant yet calm, reinforcing the boundaries of authority and protection. The family's peace was intact, a testament to preparation, legal awareness, and decisive action. Sarah and I walked along the dock, reflecting on the day's events. Karen's audacity had met a wall of expertise, authority, and preparation, and failed spectacularly. The lesson was unmistakable. Entitlement and boldness without knowledge or legal grounding are powerless. Every attempt at intimidation, trespass, or manipulation had been neutralized before it could escalate. As the sun set over the lake, casting fiery reflections across the water, the cabin and its surroundings stood as a symbol of security and resilience. Karen's schemes had not only failed, they had exposed her recklessness and audacity for all to see. Her attempts to assert authority where she had none had backfired, leaving her humiliated, powerless, and fully documented for legal scrutiny. The property, family, and sanctuary remained untouched, untouchable, and victorious. Every boundary, every precaution, and every defensive measure had been validated in real time, proving that audacity, no matter how confident, cannot succeed when faced with preparation, authority, and decisive action. Karen had once again underestimated the consequences of her boldness and learned, definitively, that crossing boundaries without knowledge or authority always comes at a cost.